Hello, I'm Jacques, Mr. Pink Ink, and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to tell you about my favorite books from 2020. If you're new to my channel, thank you for popping around. Please like this video if you like this video, and do consider hanging around and hitting that subscribe button down below. And do remember to hit that notification bell, and YouTube will notify you every time I upload a new video. So 2020 has come and gone. We all don't want to talk about it because of obvious reasons. But silver lining, there was opportunities available to us as well. Like more reading time and learning a new skill time and all of these things, and that's what we did. I managed to read 81 books that I've added to Goodreads. I have read more, but 81 according to Goodreads, and I'm here to tell you about my favorite of them. No, I'm not going to give you one because that's impossible out of 81 books. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I am going to narrow it down to my top 10. Oh, sorry, my top 12. Because I'm going to make a quick short video on this one. I just want to show you the books per month that were my favorite for that month, and then give you a quick little synopsis on what I thought of it, and then Bob is your uncle. So let's go. Starting in January, my favorite book of the month was Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Sorcery of Thorns follows Elizabeth, who is a librarian, and she works in a great library. But the book's magical. In this world, magic abounds, but only sorcerers that come from a family, a specific family, can harness magic only if they summon a demon. So, yeah, like really the Golden Compass kind of a vibe. So books come to life and they have to be chained, and she has to take care of them, but she unwittingly falls in love with Nathaniel. Nathaniel is an evil sorcerer, and is it going to work out? Is it not going to work out? I don't know. You need to read this book as a Sorcery of Thorns is beautifully written, and everything is in here that is needed in a good fantasy. There's magic, there's demons, there's books that come to life, and you need to actually kill them because they manifest. Magic has a color, fantastical worlds, romance, it's all in here, and I gave it 5 stars, so go get it. Then in February, my favorite book was one from a local author, and that is Keyflame by Tallulah Lucy. Keyflame follows Lila, who is attending college in Grahamstown. She lives here in Cape Town, and it's the first time that she's going to be away from her folks. But Lila has a secret that she doesn't even know about, and going to Grahamstown, going to college, meeting Kaylin, the love of her life, brings all that out. So there's intrigue, and there's the meeting of two worlds coming together as one, and there's magic, and it's all subtle, and it's lovely, and there's romance. Oh my god, there's romance. I gave this 4 stars, and I recommend it. Available on Amazon. Believe it or not, but March 2020 was the very first time that I opened an Alice Earthman book. I was born for this. And I was never ready. I was never ready. I've heard all of these things, and they are so well deserved. I Was Born for This follows Angel, who is 15, 16, and her entire life is the Ark, the band that she loves more than anything, including schoolwork, her family, and herself. It also follows Jimmy, who is the frontman of the band The Ark, and the lead singer, who suffers from anxiety that is so bad. Now, I just want to interject here quickly that his anxiety follows the patterns of my paranoia, and I felt really seen in this book. Okay, really seen. That's just the scope of that. That's what I'm taking away from this book, and that's what I like most about it. Told between 2 points of view, Angel and Jimmy. So things happen where they are thrust together by divine accidents, and then, you know, they get to know each other and they learn many, many things about themselves. It's a really, really good book. I gave this one 5 stars as well because it's so well deserved, and I really think you should go and read it. And then January, February, March, April. My favorite book for April was The Music Box by Tony Bennett. It's also another local author. And this particular book won him the Silver Prize in the 2019 Sanlam Prize for Youth Literature. This book was kindly sent to me by NB Publishers, and it is incredible. Well, for me, I found it dark, and I found it very intriguing. There's stuff that happens that you don't know, and the answers come at their own time. But it's not boring. The story follows Jonathan, who has this uncanny ability to be able to fix anything. Anything that has metal working parts in it, not metal parts, but any working parts, he can fix it. He opens them up, looks at them, sees how they work, sees what the problem is, like magic. Except that, you know, he doesn't know where the skill comes from. He's being raised by his mother. His father is gone from his life, and his mother, to him, seems broken because of things, and he can't fix his mother, and that's the problem. But Jonathan has a magic cave that he goes to. Well, not a magic cave. It's a cave that just appears to. And whenever he finds things that are broken, he takes it to these caves where he has concealed and hidden his father's set of tools. So Jonathan is a tinker like his dad. So he assumes because of that stuff. And then, unlikely enough, he meets a gypsy girl, and she whisks him away in the path through the mists, and then he discovers more things. This is my first book from Toby Bennett. He was an indie author, or is an indie author. You can find him at Scolion Writing, which I'll tag down below on Instagram. This is the only mainstream one of these that I know of that is published. Mainstream. You can find his other works. Go get this one, this is really good. I gave it a 4 stars. It seems that I've made another bookish resolution without even knowing about it. I really want to read more local authors, and I got to do so last year. I got to read some amazing books, and then January, February, March, April, May saw me read Sea Star Summer from Sally Partridge. Sally Partridge has numerous books out already, but this is the first one of hers that I've read. Sea Star Summer follows Naomi and her family as they go to Jeffreys Bay on holiday. And Elise likes, Naomi likes to read. She likes to spend some time on the beach. She's kind of a loner and stuff, but you know, she's at that age, she's about 16, and she's going through an identity crisis. You know, everybody asks themselves, who am I, what am I, la 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 la. So she meets people, she meets boys and she meets girls, and she meets Elise and her brothers, and you know, one of the brothers tries to take advantage of her, but luckily that didn't work out. She forms a friendship with Elise, and together they have a fantastic beach holiday summer. Yeah, Sea Star Summer is a coming of age story, contemporary romance. It's really cute. It's a really fun read. It's really quick. You can read this in one sitting. I gave it a fantastic 5 stars because it's just so beautifully written, and you know, it's local. And I'm biased because I've been to the places that they talk about, so I can see it in my head, and that takes me on a journey, which is just what a book is supposed to do, right? Go get it! It seems that 2020 was also a year for me to catch up on all of the queerness that I had been missing out on in my life, and that's terrible, actually. So my favorite book for July was Girl Man's Up by M.E. Gerard, who follows Pen, my short for Penelope, don't call me that, Oliveira, who is Portuguese and has all the family problems and has her own problems, you know, because that's who she is. Penelope's family is typical Portuguese, always telling her, you know, to wear more dresses, to look more like a girl, don't do boy things because you're a girl, that kind of a thing. But she likes doing boy things because she likes to be one of the boys. Yeah, that's it. It's a coming of age story that deals with, you know, everything that real life can actually throw at you, that you need to find out, you know, for yourself. Things like transphobia and homophobia, teenage pregnancy, sexual harassment, all of these things comes her way, and Pen has to man up to deal with them. I do have to say, I did give this book 5 stars. However, I don't think I would have enjoyed it if Pen was. So we're currently halfway through my list, and it's been an incredible year so far. But I have to say that, you know, the queer books keep on coming, and July was no different. July, thanks to Jonathan Ball, I was given The Disasters by M.K. England. And this sci-fi young adult queerness is fantastic. Nax Hall believes himself to be a hotshot pilot. Nax Hall has just been accepted to an academy that he just did something to get himself kicked out of. So when he's sitting and waiting to find out what his fate is going to be, he joins up with 3 other people who have also just been expelled from the Space Academy. And so they're talking and something when space pirates attack them, and Nax and his newfound buddies have to do something. This is a roller coaster ride. It's fast paced, it's action packed, it's a thrill a minute. You will never sit still reading this book. It's fantastic. So The Disasters is easy to read, and it's filled with a very diverse cast. Very diverse. A very diverse cast that you will just love. Yes, there's a love triangle in here, and yes, I absolutely hate those, but this was done really well and it wasn't dragged out too long, which is a bonus. Go get it. I gave it an awesome 4 stars. And then August saw Tuesday Mooney playing games wearing her usual black. Tuesday Mooney Wore Black by Kate Rakulia. If that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. Is a 30-something researcher, and she loves goth, and she's a bit of a nerd, and she always wears black. Now, Tuesday has a GBF, a gay best friend, and she lives in an apartment building where her neighbor has a daughter that's 14 years old, and they become unlikely friends. But Tuesday Mooney loves to solve puzzles and play games, and when an eccentric millionaire dies, he leaves his fortune behind in the form of a treasure hunt. And of course, Tuesday Mooney just cannot resist. I love the writing style. The characters are really well created as well. Yeah, it's not fast paced and stuff, but it's not boring. It'll take you a couple of days. It's nice. It's a nice fun read, and I hope to read more from Kate Rakulia. Gave it a solid 4 stars. Just one note though, that there's 2 versions of the book, like UK and US as usual. This one has the title Tuesday Mooney Wore Black. The other one has the title Tuesday Mooney Speaks to Ghosts. Now I need to tell you that that is not correct. Tuesday Mooney does not speak to ghosts. I'm so happy. Thank you, Jonathan Ball, for providing me with this particular title, because I would have ripped the other one to shreds. Sorry. My favorite book from September was written by Elizabeth Acevedo, who wrote The Poet X and a couple of other things, and I'm super excited to have read it. But I read With the Fire on High, again from Jonathan Ball, and this is just amazing. It's just amazing. 17-year-old Emily has made some mistakes in her life, and she is now pregnant in high school without the baby daddy, sort of. There's a thing that happens later in the book. But Emily is a whiz in the kitchen, and she just makes magic. So when her school offers a new culinary culinary arts course that includes a trip to Spain to study Spanish cuisine, Emily needs to decide what she wants to do with her life. She and her grandma, because the parents died in an accident, I'm thinking, I can't quite remember. But yes, another coming of age, another contemporary. It is fantastically written. Elizabeth Acevedo is one to watch. I really need to read more. I'm looking forward to Clap When You Land. I think that's her that wrote that. So yes, this is fantastic. Of course, there is some queer representation in here as well, because her best friend is a lesbian. Solid 5 stars. Solid 5 stars. Go read it. You'll see exactly what I mean. I'm not doing it justice. Do go read my blog post down below with my full review. The links are down in the description box, and then you'll see why. You'll see why. 9 down and 3 to go. So my favorite book for October turned out to be Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, and I have been hunting this book. I have been saving for months to get it. I mean, I put off and I put off and I put off, and I had to get it for September. Couldn't read it in September, so I read it in October. And Naomi Novik is incredible. She's a fantastic writer. Spinning Silver is based on the spinning silver to gold aspect of Rumpelstiltskin, which is why it's classed as a retelling. That's about as far as it goes, the comparison. And it follows the story of 3 young girlies, Miriam, who is the main character, as well as Wanda and Irina, full of Russian folklore and atmosphere. This book is set completely in winter. The writing style is mesmerizing, almost as mesmerizing as Madeline Miller, who wrote Circe and The Song of Achilles. I love their writing, and I can't wait to read a new one. And I gave Spinning Silver a well-deserved 5 stars. The last 2 books on this list were also kindly provided by Jonathan Ball, and I am a fan of theirs. Go check the website out. Hex by Rebecca Dynastine Knights. It's a very pretty book. It's all red and white, and it's lovely end pages, and under the cover it's just plain with the red foiling. It's beautiful, and just like the cover suggests, it's all about poison. So Hex follows the story of Nell Barber, who is studying a PhD. She's in her 30s, and what they're studying is, trying to depoison poison quickly enough to it so that it's not poison anymore. And through their experimentation, she and her study group, one of the members of that group dies because of the experiments that they did, and then Nell gets expelled from college. But Nell is absolutely in love with her mentor, Dr. Joan Callis. And it's so sweet. This book is written in a form of 3 diary books. So, like journals that Nulla's been keeping. So she's writing letters to Joan in her diary. And then there's 3 parts, so book 1, book 2, and book 3. It's really very sweet. I enjoyed this so much that I didn't even review it because I didn't want to nitpick and find something wrong with it. I just love this book. I love the way it's been written. I love everything about it. I don't have a review for it, but I definitely gave it 5 stars. You can still check. I'm not reviewing it because I'm not nitpicking it, but it's 5 stars. Go read it for yourself, and then you can come discuss with me what you thought about this book, and then we can talk about it. Okay, then we can nitpick it. How's that? And my final favorite of the year, my favorite for December, it's one that's very close to my heart. It is A Kind of Spark by Elle Macpherson. Now, why this is close to my heart is because this has accurate and relevant and incredible autism rep. And if you can find one that also has accurate and incredible and valid autism rep, please let me know what these are so I can definitely look into it. A Kind of Spark follows little Addie, short for Adeline, and she's 12 years old and she's currently learning things in school. And Addie has just learned that her little town where she lives a couple of 100 years ago had witch trials, and they found women guilty and killed them as witches. Of course, you know, Addie finds this intriguing and unfair and unjust because after thinking about it, Addie decides that if she were living in that time, because she's neurodivergent, she's different to everybody else, she would have been found guilty of being a witch and they would have killed her. So little 12-year-old Addie makes it a life mission to get the town council to somehow publicly recognize these women, so that they are remembered and that we don't make the same mistakes twice. Of course, Addie has many obstacles, but another good point about this book is that Addie is 3rd daughter of 3 daughters. Duh. First 2 sisters are twins, Katie and Nina, I think. I forget. And Katie is also autistic. Nina is the only neurotypical child in a neurotypical family of mommy and daddy. But luckily, Addie has an older sister that can teach her and guide her through her stimming and her masking and all of these things, because these are important. This is a middle grade book. It's fantastically well written. It is 100% accurate. The author is own voice because she's also neurodivergent, and the artist is suffering from ADHD. So this makes this an own voice novel. It is really good. I really suggested that everybody and their uncle read it, and I gave it 4 stars because it's a middle grade. Yeah, so I didn't give you a top 10 because I made it easy for myself to narrow it down to my top 12 by always choosing a favorite. Every month I do my wrap-up. So this is what this is based on, and if you ask me to narrow it down to my favorite book, you and I are going to have words. We're going to have big words, and I'm not going to do it. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, and that's it from me, from my side. Do let me know down below in the comments what were some of your favorites for 2020. And also let me know what you're looking forward to for reading in 2021. And yeah, it's really hot in Cape Town. Really hot. We're in our 30s. It's high summer. And COVID is still around, so please wear your masks properly, over the nose, under the chin. Cool, and stay safe. Until next time, happy reading.
Every single day